So hello everyone, just waiting for few more people to join. So today we have four colleges joining with us and we'll be basically taking a pre-placement talk with all of them. So I think everyone has joined. So I welcome all the colleges who have joined the pre-placement session for today. So today we have Martin with us, who will be basically giving a short introduction about AuroEDU. So he is one of our co-founders, and apart from that, we also have Vansh here, who is the product manager of AuroEDU. So he'll be giving a short introduction about himself, and then we'll be taking some of the questions from all of you, and we'll be going through each one of them. So yeah, Martin, handing over the mic to you. You can go ahead and introduce a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Abhishek. First of all, I want to say a big welcome to everybody joining today. It's great to have so many young faces and young talent with us. That's really where we want to help, is with the young talent that's out there. A quick background on myself and how I came to be with this venture. So my background is, as you can all see, I'm a bit of an old guy. So I originally graduated in physics and astrophysics many years ago. I then went into accountancy and joined one of the big four. Eventually became a partner with PwC for many years, and worked in forensic services and corporate recovery. So I really saw the consulting side of things, and I mention that because the real co-founder of Oro.edu is Amar Anand, my colleague who I met originally at Stanford Graduate Business School. That was about 15 years ago. Amar, who his background is more on the investment side, the finance side, having initially started at McKinsey. He came through this. So his career is very much developed with a different angle of business, but we both came to the same kind of idea, which we shared when we first met at Stanford. And that idea was the challenge that each of us had seen in getting on board the talent that's out there in terms of new recruits, new graduates. And we both agreed, well, there's no shortage of talent and ability, but where there is a little bit of a gap is getting people who are kind of job ready to actually do, but a bit sooner. And so we saw that gap of kind of a real worldness injection needed, just to get people that bit more prepared from that transition from college, university into the workplace. And it's something we discussed. We didn't really do anything about it, but we'd both seen it. We didn't do anything about it initially until Amar had the idea, I think a couple of years ago now, to let's really do something about it and deal with this challenge, this problem that's there. Because if anything, it's even more acute now, and I agree with him. And by now, investor, when you see the idea, I said, yeah, the time is right. The problem was probably more acute, but also the missing ingredient was there to really help attack the problem that had developed in the intervening 15 years was the advance of AI. And so that combination of the opportunity, the reality of the problem being more manifest, but also a tool that we could really use in AI to help that problem, the coming together of those, I thought the idea was a brilliant idea from Amar. And I said, yeah, let's do this and let's make this happen. And so that was what gave rise to the idea of Auro.edu. And the aim, as I say, is as you'll see in the videos and in the discussion, is to really be that agent that just empowers the young talent, the incredible talent that is there, that is coming out of the universities in India and elsewhere. But we focused on India for the moment. The quality there is unquestioned. The ability there is better than my day when I was coming out of university many years ago. I think the talent is more and better now. The question is, how can we get that orientated and just focused so that when it hits the ground running in terms of joining companies, and we hear this from organizations all over the place, how can we orientate that talent to be a little bit better, hit the ground running a bit faster, and therefore just get rid of that inefficiency that is there, or at least deal with that inefficiency? And so that is what AuroEdu is doing. And so I think the timing is great. I think the opportunities are immense for this generation, for your generation that's coming through now. The challenge, it's a very different challenge to when I first came out of university in the late 80s, mid-late 80s. But it's a very exciting time. And for those students and people who are coming into the workplace who want to embrace that change, they should do. It is very positive. There's no reason. There are some doomsayers out there who say, oh, AI is going to make things bad. It's going to get rid of jobs. It's going to change the job landscape for sure. But what we like to say is for those who embrace AI, the opportunities are going to be even more. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use AI for good. It is a very positive time, I think. There's no reason to be anything other than extremely positive, especially for this top end, for these very ambitious people that you all are. You've got the talent, you've got the ability, and for us, it's extremely exciting for an old guy like me to play my part in trying to help you make that transition into the workplace and to achieve all that you want to and deserve to achieve. So, again, a big welcome from me. I'm enjoying working with the likes of the talents of Vansaj and Abhishek, and there's others behind the scenes as well. We've just got two of the young guys joining us now. These are great guys. They've come into the organization. They're doing amazing things. It's just stimulating for an old bloke like me to be part of something like this. So I'm really enjoying it. And the more we enjoy it, the more we enjoy things, the more we can do, I think, to deal with the challenges we have. So welcome again. And I hope you get a lot out of and enjoy this session with Abhishek and Vansaj. Welcome.
So Martin, thank you. That was really helpful, and I think that
Are you on
excited.
mute, Abhishek?
So thank you, Martin. I think that was really helpful, and that might have excited some of the candidates here. So now let's go to Vanch. He is the product manager of AuroEDU, and he'll just give a little intro about himself, and then we'll be taking you through the other members of AuroGroup from Auro Digital and other ventures. Vanch, handing over to you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Also, welcome everyone on board. Hope the issues we were facing earlier are resolved now and you are able to hear us all well. I am Vanshul Vidotra, the product manager at Auro.edu. We at Auro.edu are transforming how the courses work in today's world in India, especially in India, and working with some fabulous people here at office coming from major IITs and various other institutes. We have been working at Auro.edu to transform how the job sector is linked to the education sector. The major gap we face today, including the skills which are relevant, are not mapped to the jobs. That's a major change that we are trying to bring to Auro.edu. I hope all of you have gone through our websites and like interacted much so that you at least have some basic idea of what we are trying to do. Along with this, we are happy to have some of you on board very soon with our program and helping you with our different platforms at AuroGroup. Looking forward for the same. We can pass it back to Abhishek sir and he can help us go through the videos that we have for you today.
Thank you.
Placement talk.
So guys, I'll take you through this video that we have like yesterday with one of the IITs where we answered all the questions, but we'll be happy to answer any more additional questions that comes out after this video. So I'll be just playing this video for you guys and you can pop any questions that you have in the chat.
All right, so just bringing the meeting to order. So this is an info session that we've organized with a couple of ITs, namely Dhanbad and Jammu, to provide students a chance to get to know us better and to also ask questions. We've done this info session with a few IITs, and we've also been recruiting from all the prominent IITs for over 10 years. So my name is Amar Anand. I'm founder of the AuroGroup. We have a number of ventures and an investment fund that we run. We'll be walking you through each one of those quickly. Um, and then we've also got our team from some of the ventures to give you a sense of what the experience is like. Most of them are IIT alumnuses, and they're going to talk a little bit about their own experience. And then you guys have a chance to ask all of us questions as well. Um, so with that, let me just kick off a little bit of my background. So, I grew up in India, went to St. Stephen's College, did economics honors, went on to the London School of Economics to do my master's in finance and economics, and then was at Stanford Business School. Um, Started my career back in 2000 at McKinsey and Company in New York. That was management consulting largely for financial institutions globally. And then joined one of my clients, which was Citigroup in New York, to have a position on the M&A committee and essentially help manage their $2 trillion balance sheet with investments across the world. We prominently made the largest investment in HDFC Bank and HDFC Corp, the mortgage company, before most people had kind of heard of HDFC. And then, several investments globally, including Akbank in Turkey, Bank Handler in Poland, Banamex in Mexico, Household in the US, et cetera, et cetera. Started my first Web 2.0 venture back in 2006. It was the first cohort of Web 2.0 ventures, a company called eTime is Money, where we came up with a model for people to set a price for their time and to essentially leverage the business process of shoring movement in India, largely from Western markets. Very fortunate at the time to become the top 50 startups in the US. It was a class that had Mark Zuckerberg, LinkedIn. So if you Google that, you'll see some presentations that we made at the time along with these gentlemen. And didn't realize how big Web 2.0 is going to become. But got an offer to head up one of the large private equity firms in Asia. So I think wrongly. Took that on to join Cinven in Europe, and later found that some of these companies that we presented in went on to become the largest companies in the world. Uh, but moved on from there. So did private equity for a few years, large buyouts of multi-billion-dollar companies across the world, and then in 2012. Helped start Taiwan Capital in Hong Kong, which was a spin-off out of Lone Pine Capital in Asia. Lone Pine is one of the large tiger funds. You may have heard of Tiger Global. So very similar strategy to that. Um, so we grew that into one of the largest funds in Asia. Early investors in Uber, Palantir, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Car.Deco, 1MG, Tokopedia, Alibaba, et cetera, et cetera. In addition to also large investments on the public side. So, for example, one of the largest investors in the Sin Bank after the Hindujas. In 2017, we spun off uh, Auroville, which was meant to be a venture studio, because we realized that there was a lot of exciting opportunities very early stage in tech, and we were losing some of our data scientists to these opportunities from the fund. And so we essentially gave the data scientists an opportunity to essentially come up with ideas, and we backed them to start ventures, which initially started in the blockchain space, which was really hot in 2018. Um, and so that has now grown into about a dozen ventures across the venture studio. So Abhishek, if you have that handy, you can quickly bring that up. We can quickly go through the list, um, and then pass the mic over to our teammates from a couple of the ventures. So, Aura Digital, the first one, as you can see, is based in the US. It's one of our flagship ventures. It's the new name for a Nasdaq listed company where we acquired the OMS BMS company called Diginex, which was a trading software platform. We've since built that out to be one of the largest infrastructure players within blockchain. So it's connected to about 105 centralized exchanges, about 120 DEXs, all the large OTC desks, and many of the large qualified custodians around the world. We've got two of our colleagues, Aditya and Navas from Aura Digital, who will also talk about their own experience from that. The IMS is an investment management system that is actually been moved from the US. It's now headquartered in Luxembourg. It's a marketplace for asset managers to raise capital. AIML is a that's artificial intelligence machine learning platform to create a suite of uh, prediction models for digital assets. So it's everything from GANs, WGANs, LSTMs, transformer models, where we essentially predict the price of digital assets and also invest in them. Aura.edu is another flagship venture. It has essentially disrupted the education space by creating a fully native AI app that curates a customized curriculum for students, everyone from class 11 upwards to professionals. And it also has a powerful learn to earn model where we're focused on a big problem in India, which is that a lot of the engineering colleges are half empty, and even the folks that are enrolled have less than half of the class actually finds a job after they graduate. Less of a problem in IT, though we've actually seen that same phenomenon play out in the ITs as well to a lesser extent. So we've got two of our colleagues from Auro.edu, Nikhil and Shresh, with us as well to talk about their experience. I'll run through the others pretty quickly. The idea is just to give you a flavor of all of the types of innovation that's happening within the AuroGroup. The Auro.ai is a robo-advisor, so it's a fintech asset manager. Ideal Development is a co-innovation and co-working company. Auro Yoga is a health tech company. Shub.in is one of India's leading content publishing and book publishing companies. Auro Bridge is a German company that is one of the first to issue fully licensed tokens that tokenize real estate infrastructure and green bonds in Europe. Auro Bet is a betting platform, which is a prediction markets for real world events, like who wins the US election, for example. Or Sui Clear is a JV with Sui, which is a spin-off from Facebook or Meta, as they now call it. Oracle is a venture where we essentially have a very deep data lake of pricing of various types of assets that we provide to various protocols. AuroDex and AuroLiquid are our proprietary DEX aggregator, where we basically have algorithms that are able to get the best price from multiple liquidity pools. And the last point is that the ones in all caps are Web3, and the ones in non all caps are basically Web2 projects. And so as you can see, AI and blockchain sort of run prominently across all of these companies. So with that, I'll pause and pass the mic on to Auro Digital. So Aditya, Navaz, whoever wants to kick off, and both of them are senior team members of ours now, who joined us right out of college and can share their experience. We also have one of the CEOs of one of our ventures called the Auro IMS on the line. Charlie, are you there?
I am. Nice to meet everyone. I can just give a little background on myself. Is that what you like, Mark?
Yeah.
So, so Charlie Phippen, I'm here outside of New York City, in the state of Connecticut, actually. So welcome, everyone. Really happy to see everyone on the call, and it's exciting to talk to such a great group. My background is I have about 25 years in finance. So I've worked at big firms like Goldman Sachs, UBS, BNP Paribas as a trader, and then moved more into management and running businesses. So I just was running as the CEO of a firm called Water Tower Research. And now we're working with Amar, and we're looking to expand that business as well. So nice to meet everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Aditya and I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2023. My major was in mechanical engineering. And since then, I'm a full stack developer at Auro Digital, where I contribute to both backend and front-end system, as well as I am responsible for managing the CI/CD pipelines as well. So let me tell you about briefly what our day-to-day looks like. So for front-end development, we ensure that our platforms are user-friendly and visually appealing by building intuitive and responsive interfaces. We work extensively with React.js, TypeScript to create seamless user experience, and we also have a significant focus on performance optimizations as well, because in order to remove the UI latency as much as possible, so that our clients can use our tools effortlessly. On the backend side, we develop robust APIs mostly using Python, and we work closely with databases like Redis and Postgres to implement efficient data storage and retrieval mechanisms. And for CI/CD pipelines, we mostly work with Ansible, GitHub Actions, and Docker to design CI/CD pipelines that automate testing and development, as well as the monitoring procedures. So yeah, handing over to Nawaz, he can guide you more on the backend side.
Yeah. Hey guys, So I'm Nawaz Zafar. I'm a lead Python developer in AuroDigital. So the product that we are building is OEMS, which is Order and Execution Management System. So a brief background on me. So I'm also a 2023 graduate. Me and Aditya were in the same batch, and we got selected for Auro Digital, and it has been a great experience as we got to learn a lot about algorithmic trading and how these system works, and how like crypto is redefining the future, as we say. And we are building as we are creating the future. So that's pretty interesting. We are not as we are creating new innovative solutions in the backend space. So the backend stack is mostly Python based, uh, where we have a lot of different Docker containers which manages different services. So we have balances, we have algo execution, we have exchange management, and we have everything in between. And we also have a very interesting decentralized integrations as well. So yeah, overall my experience in Auro Digital has been very great. I got to learn a lot here. So over to you, Anasa.
Yep, thanks, Nawaz. So maybe we can now move to Shrey, who can talk about his experience at Aura.edu.
Yeah, okay. So hi guys, I'm Suresh Jaiswal and I'm working at Auro.edu. So Auro.edu is basically the edtech side of Auro, and we are creating this platform for upskilling, and I'm working here as a product manager. So if you have seen the app of Auro.edu, I have designed it completely. So with Edu, we are trying to achieve, to create a platform for, everyone who wants to learn and as well as, uh, connect with the jobs, internships, freelance opportunities. So in a way, we are trying to fill the gaps between, learn to earn. Because you have seen like people in the market, they are learning from various platforms. Some they are learning from YouTube and everything. But learning is just the first step, right? So after learning, you need to connect with the right opportunities as well. So with that goal in mind, I started working already. So before that, like I have 7 years of experience. I passed out in 2018. So initially, I was working in tech sector of like K12. So we were building a product for JEE, NEET, and those exams. So I have myself cleared those exams. So I started with that domain. So, but like from last 2 years, I have been working in this upskilling sector. So for mostly college students and professionals. So the very good thing about Auro.edu is we are trying to use the latest technology like AI, as you have seen, like AI is it has gotten so much power now. So we are leveraging AI in Auro.edu and trying to build a platform where where AI can assist you in a way which is so personalized, and it knows everything about you and can help you at every step. So Auro.edu is not just about learning. AI is along the way, and it will help you with doubt solving, revision, and it will create you custom courses. Like if you give a exam and you see you have some weak concepts, so it will create you a custom course just for those weak concepts, dedicated for you, personalized. And also we have built this engagement on our Auro.edu app, because learning is just one part. Engagement is something where you actually explore the other side of learning. So the whole app is gamified and fully engaged. So you can connect with other people, you can talk to experts in chat rooms, and there's e-money or a coin system in the app. So in a way, this app is, a whole platform what we need at this time, because there are so many platforms. But Auro.edu is something, it starts with the learning part, and then tutoring, mastering, and then at the end it's the earning. So we are connecting learning to earn. So we are not just uh, a platform which I would say you just go and start a course and learn and finish. So at the end, you will get the opportunities, freelance, full time, and internship and everything. So that's what we are trying to build in our video. So in the future, like if you're gonna have any doubts related to product, not just the learning part, but any doubt related to the product, like any feature, anything, you can ask me in this meeting. Yeah. So now handing over to Nikhil, it's our backend developer.
Hello. So I'm Nikhil. I passed out in 2016 and have been working for Auro.edu for last 8 months. So the backend architecture of AuroEdu is mostly based on Python and Flask. There are multiple microservices, and the middleware is in Node.js Express. For databases, we sometimes use Mongo, but mostly we use MySQL. And yeah, so for our Gen AI needs, sometimes we use ChatGPT, but most of the time we rely on Gaia.net, which is an uh, open source Gen AI platform where anyone can upload their own models and they can host their own nodes, right? And for some ML based tasks, we are using BERT and other models. So in the backend, I would say we use multiple tools based on their usage. So whatever the requirement is, we pick the best suitable tool and then we start using it. Uh, that's all for backend. Over to Omar.
Great. Thanks, Nikhil. Okay, so you've now heard from uh, quite a few IIT alums who are currently part of our team. We have several, as I said, been working with IITs for over a decade, most closely with Delhi, because that's just those two are one of our data science centers, but with all of the IITs as well. Okay, so with that, we'll break into Q&A in case there are any questions.
Hello, sir. My name is Akash Bhartwaj.
Yeah, hi.
Um,
I'm from IIT Chennai. I'm also a placement coordinator and as well as a student over here. I'm tech student. And my question was like, there are a lot of products that you have just discussed about. EdTech product is the product based of Web3 and Web2. So how does the ideation process goes on for all these products? So in the initial phase, how does that
the what process? Sorry, the what process?
ideation process? Idea basically.
Ideation. Yeah. No, that's a critical part of because we're at the very early stage. So we're at sort of, I mean, the project starts sort of pre-seed, and we typically come in at the pre-seed level. So it's all about ideation. And so what happens is that it's called a venture studio for a reason, as opposed to an incubator or an accelerator. You probably have heard all of these, and I know there are accelerators at IIT as well. Um, so a venture studio, the difference is that in a venture studio, you are kind of not only incubating, but you're also building from within. So what we tend to do is we leverage extensively our own networks of people. And so a lot of the initial ideas and the initial founders come from within the network, as opposed to just, meeting somebody who you don't know at all, and then sort of just investing in their project. So that's the nuance between a venture studio and an incubator. Um, so the template is that I've 25 years and have done that across most probably the US, China, and India, but then also across Western Europe and Asia, Greater Asia. So Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Australia. So have seen a lot of the investment teams that have started early on, in the US. So if you look at the e-commerce theme, we've invested in that globally. So, we invested early on in, eBay and Amazon. And then when the biggest opportunity in e-commerce moved to China, we invested in Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu. Uh, and then finally, when the opportunity moved to India, uh, we were part of the biggest cash burn war ever seen in internet history, which was between Flipkart, Snapdeal, Shopclues, Paytm, and Amazon. And so my point is that we've seen a lot of these investment themes play out globally, and we kind of know the pattern, and what has been successful, and what can be successful going forward. Of course, the past is not always a predictor of the future, but there's quite a lot of investment acumen because of that in the team. And that's just not myself. There are others who've been part of that journey with me. And so when we ideate in the venture studio, we have a pretty good handle on what we think is a powerful idea, and we tend to first invest in it ourselves. So we seed all of these companies ourselves, and then we allow other external investors to come in. So, for example, in Aditya and Nawaz's company, or Digital, we now have two prominent VCs from Silicon Valley, Inventors Capital and Silicon Valley Quad, who've come in and done the subsequent round.
Thank you, sir.
So
That,
thanks for
that
the
answers
question. Thank you. All right. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Requesting you to please describe the blockchain developer role.
Yeah, sure. So Nawaz, I'll be allow you to come in as well, but let me kick it off. So, the languages that we tend to code in most frequently are obviously Solidity, and then Rust. But we're also, given the partnership that we have with Sui, which is the Meta Facebook spinoff, that is all done in language called Move. Um, and then we're also actually now actively looking for Golang developers as well. So within the blockchain space, those are the four sort of prominent languages that we code in. And then, in fact, one of our hires from IIT, Rohit, who joined us from IIT Delhi, has done some fantastic work in that area. So we built this very cool aggregator, which is a bit like Jupiter, which is a DEX aggregator on Solana, which is valued over $1 billion. So that just focuses on 8 to 10 DEXs within within the Solana ecosystem. We've been able to extend that to a number of other blockchains, both EVM and non-EVM. So, that's an example of somebody like yourself, coming in and kind of building, with Oro, and leveraging all of the contacts that we can bring to bear, the resources that we can bring to bear from the entire ecosystem. So every time we build in the space, we have the benefit of partnering with the blockchains themselves, with the L1s and the L2s. And we know many of the founders well. We sometimes get grants from them as well to help us build and innovate. So yeah, that's a very exciting opportunity here.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions?
What will be the steps of hiring process, sir?
So the hiring process is reasonably kind of structured. So maybe sometimes 2 rounds of exams, and then we filter it down to the interview stage. And then at the interview stage, you have a few senior folks from the team meet with the candidate, and assess fit, and then we just extend an offer. So this year alone, we've already extended 10 offers across the ITs, and are looking to make some additional hires coming days.
Thank you.
Or is it little different for every kind of role, basically? Like there is back-end role, front-end role.
Reasonably similar structure that I defined is very similar. Of course, back-end front-end, if applying for front-end, your front-end, blockchain, so on and so forth.
Okay, sir.
So hope all of you got the answer to your questions, and so let me give you a little further steps like what we'll be doing. So after that, we'll be sharing to all of your coordinators the next step, that will be basically taking the first aptitude test, and for all the persons who are basically applying for the technical role, if they clear the aptitude test, they will have to appear for a technical test, and for all the persons who are applying for a non-technical roles, they will be basically appearing for an experiential round. Post that, there will be the interview round. So the JDs with the detailed description about the CTC has been shared to your colleges, and we'll be sharing the next round as well. AuroEDU is going to be the partner who will be conducting the test on behalf of AuroGroup, that will be Auro Digital. You can look about Auro Digital, Auro Token Quest, AuroEDU, Auro Talent. So these are the sister companies of AuroGroup. You can also connect over to LinkedIn to Amaranand, myself, Vanch, anyone if you have any queries. So with that, I'll be ending the stream. I don't see any further questions popping up in the chat. So I think, that's it for now. If you have any further questions, you can just ask your coordinator to reach out to us, and we'll be clarifying any of the details or any of the questions that you have. So I'll keep it open for 2 minutes just to see if any one of you have any question, and after that I'll be ending it. So I'll just put the AuroEDU website a link here as well. So you will be following the same link, and you can get familiar with the website, get familiar with the testing platform. Each college has been shared with the different JDs, and each JD has their own test that student has to appear. Those students who will successfully qualify the aptitude round will be moved on to the round 2, that's a technical / experiential assessment, and finally there will be the interview round.